welcome back to my channel. It's been a minute since my last video and I just wanted to give a quick update. Life's been lifing for your girl. So the last video that I made, my daughter was like 8 months or something like that, which was like 5 years ago, which is a long time, but I was really going through a lot. Yeah, maybe a month or two after my last video, got pregnant again and I had another baby, another daughter. My daughters are 18 months apart. My first video was of me trying to get my first daughter back on the back breastfeeding and get her off of the bottle because I wanted to breastfeed. So that ended up happening. She started to breastfeed. She breastfed until she was like 2. And when she was 18 months, I had my other daughter. And so it was kind of crazy for a minute having 2 kids under 2. It was nuts. I was a lot of tears, a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of crying. I was breastfeeding 2 kids at the same time. My oldest daughter just ended up weaning herself off of breastfeeding when she was like 2. She really wouldn't get on there. She was just kind of like, all right, yeah, I see it there. And she wasn't like crying for it or screaming for it or really asking for it. And my youngest daughter ended up breastfeeding straight out the womb with it. Straight to the head. She was not playing. Ended up breastfeeding until she was like 3 years old, maybe a couple months after her 3rd birthday, which was crazy because when she started to like demand it, you know, and like argue with me about it, like, I want milk, and I'm like, no, like, get off of me. And she would just be like, I want milk, and I'm like, okay, you have lost it, get away from me. That was crazy. But when I first started breastfeeding her, she actually had a tongue tie too, like my oldest daughter. So I ended up getting that corrected, and so she was just, you know, drinking away. But before I got it corrected, like she was like a week old, my nipples were hurting. Like they were bleeding, scabbed up, like they were hurting so bad because she just wasn't latching all the way on because of her tongue tie. And it was hurting so bad, and so I was pumping also. And then she just used to scream. Like if I wasn't holding her, like she would just be screaming. Like that first couple of months, even the first like 2 weeks was really, really hard. Like I used to dread like when nighttime would come, because that's when like she just would be crying and just want me to hold her and just want to breastfeed, and my nipples were hurting. She wouldn't take the bottle, and it was just really a hard time. And I just remember feeling like it was really a rough time for me, and I was just so tired. I don't even know, honestly. Like, I'm praying for y'all because that was a really, really hard time in my life. I'm not doing that again. Don't put that on me. Don't speak that over me. I do not want to do that again, okay? That is a really hard thing to do. And if you don't have support, you don't have like, if you don't have anybody asking you or, you know, thinking about you and what you need, I'm praying for y'all because that was a time, and it's hard to talk about, honestly. Hard to think about, really, because I was just in the house and trying to figure it out. Yeah, I was not making no videos, but I was just not in the right place to be doing it. Now my youngest is 4 years old. I just feel like I'm ready to do things for me. Done with everything that doesn't serve me. I'm putting myself first. I'm doing things that I love. I am learning things that I've always wanted to learn. Definitely learned a lot of cooking skills and perfected a lot of things and tried a lot of things and just made up a lot of things. For the past few years, just been doing everything for everybody else. I like doing things for other people and for my children, but not at the expense of how I feel, you know. And before, it was I would do everything for everybody and not think about what I needed. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm focused on what I need first, and I'm pouring into myself so I can pour into my children and pour into my life. Not apologizing for being myself. You know, I'm not dimming my light for nobody. Whoever doesn't accept that or is bothered by it, I don't care. And I'm doing what makes me happy, regardless of how that makes other people feel. I'm not catering to nobody's feelings. I'm just feeling good. Feeling good. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Give me a like, thumbs up, all of that. Stay tuned.